Riccardo Bonucci, the most headline-grabbing of their transfer moves. In fact, only Ricardo Rodriguez starts here in what looks quite like the Milan of last season. Frank Kessie, back from Atalanta, and Jose Mauri, who was on loan at Empoli, both starting here. And it is Marco Storori in goal and not Gianluigi Donnarumma, who, as you have seen, is in the squad and has a new contract confirmed. And as for Dortmund, as I mentioned, Roman Bürki not starting in goal, so the very accomplished Weidenfeller is starting instead. Sadly and disappointingly for them, Omar Toprak, training by himself back in Germany. He's had a visa problem and wasn't allowed into the country. He did play in the first game on this tour against the Urawa Diamond Reds in Japan. Aubameyang knew where Dembele was going to be, didn't he? That's a partnership from last year. Dembele hits it, and Marco Storori, the veteran, gets a nice, safe pair of hands on that. Been a safe pair of Roma, and depending on who you believe, that was the sweetener which persuaded Gianluigi to sign on the dotted line that they bought his big brother there. Here come Dortmund again. Storori knew where his right-hand post was, I think, just drifting by it from Dembele, but Milan have started very poorly here.
Wonderful play from Dembele, and if he can add more goals to his game, I think that's what takes him to the next level. 13 assists last season, many of those for Aubameyang.
And then another thing to start putting a team together. Here's Roda. All Dortmund here early on. Dembele again, can't catch up with him.
Marketing asset for the US market, and they'll be very keen to keep him.
Aubameyang quiet so far. His layoff, Roda, formerly of Bayern, one that went the other way, of course. Pulisic, nice build-up, nice hit, and it's crept through, and Nuri Sahin puts Borussia Dortmund in front. Wasn't a very good free kick by him, but nothing wrong with that strike. Arguably, Storari might have done a little better, but he couldn't keep it out.
Well, on this surface, that kind of shot's going to be difficult to deal with. But Storari will know he should have done better. And he couldn't really claim that he was surprised that shot was going to come in. It was lined up for Sahin quite clearly by Pulisic. And I think Sahin knows just to hit that along the ground. He knows that Storari will struggle. 22 years older than Gianluigi Donnarumma, who, of course, is one of the finest goalkeepers in.
Very, very good FIFA Confederations Cup for Germany. And obviously the transfer was already on the blocks before that. So they've lost two. Pulisic goes over, and it's going to be a penalty. Paletta argues the case, and the case may be that Pulisic was going over anyway, I don't know.
Well, it's a nice piece of skill regardless from Pulisic. We will have to look at this again. Just inside the penalty area. He's so clever.
Paletta was tempted in.
Just enough to bring him down. Dortmund thoroughly on top at the moment.
So Aubameyang, the goal scorer for all seasons, starting this pre-season still as a Borussia Dortmund player. What the future holds, nobody knows. But it would be nice for him to start that clock ticking in the goal-scoring sense again. Down the middle with pace, he's got every kind of penalty in the book. He can chip them, he can hit them hard into the corners. And he just waited for Storari to go down here. It's 2-0 Borussia Dortmund.
It's a fine penalty from the top scorer in the Bundesliga last season. He was simply outstanding. And that's a very good penalty indeed. You do wonder why more clubs are not interested in the talent of Aubameyang. PSG linked, City linked, moved to China, that never materialised, be dramatically changed.
Aubameyang, flag stayed down. Milan all over the place here. Off Paletta again, corner.
Against Hertha Berlin, especially last season away from home, he was very poor in possession. And I think given the money they got, I think it was something like 15 million euros from Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yes.
I think that was a good piece of business by Dortmund.
Certainly proved his worth in that international squad in the tournament in Russia. Now Bakker fighting his way forward. Has a hit and it's crept past Weidenfeller, and out of nothing, Milan get one back.
Well, similar in nature to the first goal we've seen here. And this was a problem for Roman Weidenfeller when he did play last season. When Roman Bürki was injured, it was getting down to low shots down to his right. Positioning wrong as well. And well played Carlos Bakker, who has something to prove at the moment. He took advantage, he saw the gap. And that's a smart finish into the corner. Cracking start to this one.
All he can do. Confederations Cup, the under-21s won the European Championship. The top-line players have got it all to do to get places on the plane for the World Cup. Here's Aubameyang trying to go around Paletta. He's done that. Great pull back, and it's put over the top by Castro.
This is what Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is excellent at as well, and it is stretching teams. Started out really as a wide man when he first came to Borussia Dortmund, has turned into an excellent centre-forward. But able to bring in his teammates here, and it's very clever. He knew to chop that back to one of two players in yellow shirts. And Dortmund, well, it could have been a bigger lead at this point in the game.
Mauri, Barini, found a little bit of room and couldn't find the far post. Might need a few games. Doesn't look completely sharp to my eye, but the problem is whether he's going to get the opportunity now.
He says he's come to Milan to start games. I don't think he will start many. But Milan, they'll be hoping Europa League duties. They have to play qualifiers to actually reach the group stage, plus the Copa.
It is Rodriguez. Club management, in my view. Dembele. But it also does depend on the goodwill of the player, doesn't it? You know that the player is going to get that. They've made a mess of this. He's going to be offside, surely, Aubameyang. He knew that, surely. Just couldn't help himself.
No, strikers can't. He seemed to indicate at the back end of last season that he would be going. Moved to Real Madrid, I think, was clearly his ideal destination. The emergence of perhaps.
There's a little bit of headroom above him and Pulisic. And indeed Castro, who's come to join them on the end. Çalhanoğlu, deflection. Well, you always breathe a sigh of relief when a Çalhanoğlu free kick in goals. Straight into the breadbasket this time. Castro. The two main men firing down the middle. It goes left instead. Milan are stretched. Aubameyang steers it home. That's a fantastic counter-attack. In fact, it sums up everything you need to know about Borussia Dortmund.
That was absolute trademark Borussia Dortmund. And you knew that situation when they had that on the halfway line. Perhaps it was 5 against 5 on the counter. That Milan were going to struggle to contain them.
So Aubameyang twice on the score sheet now against the club where it all started in Europe. Castro carried it. Aubameyang waited his moment. Pulisic on a plate for him. Brilliant.
Love the ball from Pulisic as well. I think Paslak was over on the far side if Aubameyang wasn't going to connect. But that's 2 goals against a club that he felt he had a game for when he was on the books at AC Milan.
Borini. Not quite for Çalhanoğlu. Paslak stepped across. Let's see who can keep it going inside the last 20. Çalhanoğlu down the outside.
I'm sure he's desperate to be playing. 4 months away with that aforementioned FIFA ban. Nice little indicator of what kind of player he is.
That worked out nicely. It's Çalhanoğlu getting on it from Milan. And just Milan come up short. Not unlike Bacca, just battling on. Antonelli didn't give up on it. Wasn't a good ball to him, and he didn't really make a good contact on it, but it very nearly went in the net.
Well, it's weak from Paslak here. Player I really admire, having seen glimpses of him for Dortmund last season, but he almost gives Milan a goal.
Çalhanoğlu loves these positions. Antonelli's coming up to join him again. That's a better ball to him. Antonelli. Well, good work by Ryman, the young goalkeeper. Socrates on the scene as well. Maybe Antonelli needed to take it a shade quicker.
Nice little combo between two left-sided players here at the moment. Dortmund struggling to deal with them. Paslak being doubled up on, but I think it's a good piece of defending from Socrates, who was reading that danger a little bit earlier than anyone else.
Also meet Atalanta, and then that Super Cup meeting which really kicks everything off in Germany against Bayern on the 5th of August. Götze threaded it forward, went after it. Isaac couldn't keep it. May have come back off Götze again there. It's more now. Zapata sticking to his guns. Dortmund get the corner. He's acted well. Went again. More. May have been offside. Good run by him, wasn't it?
Did look a fraction off on first viewing. He has looked lively since his introduction, in fairness. Well, there was no touch from Alexander Isak on the way through. And Milan, well, we know they have this huge squad at the moment, given the reinforcements they brought in.
Might be in here. Flagger stayed down. And Ryman stops it first time. And Subotic barges his man out the way, Cotone's second time. And Dortmund survive it. And they might go down the other end and score here. Be just like them. It's more. Isaac dwelt on it a little bit himself. Comes to naught.
Lovely drama at the end here.
Could it be 4-2 now, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good work by this young goalkeeper. He couldn't believe how much time he had, I think.
I feel there's no need to look.
Çalhanoğlu. Ryman on the stretch. Flag had stayed down again.
Opportunities here.
Not much defending going on now, is there, late on? What a hit that is. Storari equal to it. Moore had the fizzer from some way out.
This is wonderful from Emery Moore. Attacked the space. He saw that it was going to be made for him by Isak.